Welcome back everyone to the third video for the image representation lesson. In this section we're going to be talking about bitmaps. Now bitmaps are file types, or is a file type in your computer which supports images. So we can add that bullet point here. We can say a file type which supports images like this. Bitmaps are just pixel-based images, basically an image made out of pixels. That's the correct description for it. So what bitmap does is it maps all of the data, the binary information, to rows and columns, which create the structure of your image. Now in your hard drive, this image here, we'll call this image 1, will be saved let's say for example it will be saved in this format. So it will be 11000011, which represents this first row, but then the second row might be saved immediately after it. So we'll have 10111101. There will be some extra data here in the image, in the file, which tells the processor to split the binary data here and put this information in a new row, and it will have other information which will also explain or instruct the processor that this is a 1-bit depth file. So each bit represents a single color. So all of that information is called metadata, which isn't something you need to know right now, but the way that all of this binary data is saved in your storage may be in a straight line as a series of numbers, but then when you load the image, there will be some information that tell the processor how to split all this to create the structure that makes up your image, the bitmap image. The next bullet point, the file size, which we're going to be talking about at the end of this lesson in more detail, but the file size of a bitmap can be calculated by multiplying specific features of the image. So we can calculate the file size by taking the width of the image, the height of the image, and the bit depth. That will give us the correct file size, excluding the metadata, but that's not really important right now. Now looking at another image here, image 2, we've taken a single row from this image, and what we can see is the data which makes up the pixels from this image. Now obviously I've turned the data sideways like this so that we can fit it and map it to each pixel, but what we have here is a 24-bit depth. Each of these two letters here will represent an 8-bit binary pattern. So 8 times 3 will give us 24 bits. So just to give you an explanation about how all of this data is mapped to individual pixels which make up an entire row of the image. This is what a bitmap image is.